to the Public Ed Summit, where we are exploring issues and opportunities in Union County Public Schools. I'm your host, Amy Sperry, the Executive Director for the Union County Education Foundation, whose mission is to support students and encourage educators. Today, our theme is college and career readiness, and our guest is Brian Davis, the Director of Career Readiness for Union County Public Schools. Before we begin to get into the meat of our discussion, let's have some fun facts about you, Brian. So if your favorite food could prevent the coronavirus, what would we all be eating right now?
You know, that's a difficult question, so I had to think long and hard about that one. So for me, I decided on a club sandwich.
Hey.
I love a good club sandwich, and part of the reason why is you have all these layers that come together to just make a really good sandwich, and it adds a lot of flavor to what you're eating. So I look at it this way: in the coronavirus, everybody's working together to be able to do the things that we're doing, especially in Union County Public Schools.
Right. So all the layers of the club sandwich are like the different academies, right? You have a lot of flavor to Union County Public Schools because you have so many career academies, right?
That's correct. We have a lot of academies with CTE. We also have a lot of different areas working together to make things happen to support the students and the teachers.
That's great. I could probably eat a club sandwich every day, I think. So what does an ideal Saturday look like for you?
So I'm simple on Saturdays. It's a time to relax. I enjoy spending time with my wife and my two kids. We like watching a movie here or there, taking the dog for a walk, doing things like that. I also love watching college sports, especially right now. We've got some college football going on, which is fun to watch. And I like playing a video game here or there. So it's my time to kind of unwind a little bit, spend some time with the family, and just kind of reflect on what all has been going on the week prior and get ready for the week before or a week coming.
So do you beat your kids in video games, or do you let them beat you?
Oh, I absolutely do not let them beat me. They have to learn, but they're getting better as they've gotten older. So every once in a while they'll get me.
That's awesome. That's great. All right, let's dig in. Talk a little bit about yourself, your family. You touched a little on that. Where are you from, and what is something that is unique about you that many people might not know?
So I am actually from Union County. I'm born and raised here in the Wesley Chapel area. Again, I'm married, have two children. My wife and I will be on our celebrating our 18th wedding anniversary in December this year. So my family has been here forever. My family was farm family years and years ago, and in fact, my uncles ran a dairy farm right down the road in Wesley Chapel. So things have changed and grown up a lot around me. I remember as a child, Cuthbertson Road, which is extremely busy now, was a dirt road, and I'll never forget my great grandfather driving a 2-cylinder John Deere tractor down the dirt road from Providence Road to come and visit with us when I was real young. So, you know, it's been interesting. I would say that's one thing that's unique, is there's with all the growth it is, it's rare to find somebody that's been here their entire life. I guess another interesting fact about me that I really like dogs, and I like big dogs. I have a Great Pyrenees, and prior to that we had a Saint Bernard, and just enjoy taking them on walks, going on trips with them, doing those type of things.
Well, I know another fun fact about you that you wouldn't tell about yourself, I think. You were the Union County Assistant Principal of the Year one year.
I was. Back several years ago. Actually, it was my last year as an assistant principal before I made the move back to CTE, and that was a huge honor to be nominated and selected by my peers, and you know, it was really one of those moments that really meant a lot to me in Union County.
That's great. Well, how did you get into public education?
So for me, it's kind of been a family affair. My dad was an agriculture teacher. He taught the majority of his career at Forest Hills High School. And I spent many days with him as a child over at Forest Hills High School, and seeing the things that he was doing with his students, after hours with FFA, which is used to be Future Farmers of America, but now it's just the National FFA organization, which is the student organization for agriculture students. Um, that kind of got me interested in it, and seeing all the impact that he has had on students. I still see many of his former students around who work for Union County, whether it be as teachers or whether it be somebody who's working in central office or in facilities, and they always tell stories about the impact that he made. So when I got into high school, I started taking agriculture classes, and I went to Sun Valley High School. And Dale Cochran was my agriculture teacher, and he got me inspired and and it helped me get over some of the fears I had about public speaking, and let me kind of grow that love I had for agriculture. And I decided that I wanted to be an agriculture teacher, so I went to NC State and graduated with an agriculture education degree, and started teaching Union County schools at Sun Valley in 1999. So been in Union County for a long time, but that's how I got started with it. And then from that point on, I spent 10 years as an agriculture teacher, and then moved from there into school administration, and then back to CTE, and then eventually into the CTE or Director of Career Readiness role.
So give a short job description and define that CTE for folks that might not know what that is. What does a typical day or week look like for you?
So for me, my job is to work with our industry stakeholders and really guide the direction of career and technical education in Union County Public Schools. We're looking at current and future workforce needs, and we try to provide programs and courses and credentials that students will be able to use to help prepare for those careers. So I'm very fortunate. I've got a really strong central office staff that work with me and help with supporting teachers and providing those resources. I enjoy the part of my job that is the teacher support piece. I like working with them and helping them as they provide the best education possible for our students. There's a lot of times that I'm also working with school administration. It may be trying to figure out if they need some additional equipment or things like that to facilitate a program. It may be helping them with the hiring process with licensure. With CTE, a lot of the teachers that we hire come from industry. So they don't come out of school with a teaching degree. So I may be working with them to make sure that candidate is able to be licensed to be a CTE teacher. We regularly meet with industry to get guidance, so we're facilitating those conversations. We also work with our local community college to make sure that we're aligning our opportunities with the programs that they have. I hope that covers it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and
okay.
You touched on working with teachers as being one of the most rewarding parts of what you do. Is there anything else that you would like to cover, like some other favorite part of your role?
I'd say if I had to pick something else besides supporting teachers, the most exciting thing is seeing our students as they progress through our programs and seeing them not only become more informed about career opportunities and more experience with credentials and things like that, but it's finding out later on after the fact when a student comes back and talks to a teacher about, well, your class helped me get through and get this job. I might not have graduated if it wasn't for those things. I might not be in this job. So when you find out that the programs that you're putting in place impact the student not only while they're in school, but as an adult, and impacts their family and being able to provide for their family, it really is important for us.
Absolutely. So for viewers who might not understand or know the term career readiness, can you give a little bit more about what that encompasses in the public school world?
So career readiness basically encompasses career and technical education. Career and technical education are the pathways that our students are going through to explore future careers, gain those industry credentials, which has been a real focus of the federal government now, looking at trying to provide as many credentialing opportunities as possible if they're industry recognized, and develop skills that's going to prepare them for the future. So CTE, our goal is that when a student graduates, they're going to have an opportunity to be able to make an informed decision on a career that they want to go into. And I feel like that has really been a focus, and we really push our career exploration. We've got some great career development coordinators in our schools that do a great job working with students. So if a student doesn't know who their career development coordinator is, I encourage them to go talk to their administrator, find out, or guidance counselor, and make sure they know who they are, because there's a lot of resources that are out there for students to learn more about future careers.
Can you highlight some of the featured academies at the high school level? When I learn about them, I'm always fascinated that, you know, someone could go to Sun Valley High School and graduate and go right into working as a firefighter. And so to me, these academies are like hidden gems at all of these schools around the area. Can you highlight some that are either up and coming, or your favorites, or that you think people wouldn't know about?
Well, I will say they're all. I won't say I have a favorite. I think we've got some outstanding programs across the district. If you go to our website ucpscte.org, we have a map, and you can see all the academies across the district. And we have some really good ones that are out there that provide a lot of really nice opportunities for our students to learn some of these skills. Many of these are programs that are just not offered at every school. Maybe it's some facility reason or things like that. So just some of the ones, just kind of highlight a few. We have automotive service programs at CATA and Forest Hills, where students can learn how to work on cars, and they can get things for ASE certification and things like that. We have a collision program at CATA as well. We have HVAC at Parkwood High School. That's a program that we're looking at potentially offering opportunities where they can align with South Piedmont Community College, so they can continue those courses and get those credentials after graduation with South Piedmont. Electrical trades at Monroe High School. We have that as well. We have our firefighter programs at Piedmont and at Sun Valley. We have aerospace and avionics at Sun Valley. Vet assisting at Porter Ridge and Cuthbertson High School. We've got film programs at Cuthbertson, Marvin Ridge, Piedmont, pharmacy tech at schools like Weddington. So we have just a vast array. So I would encourage people to go in and look at our website, and you can find much more detailed information about each one of these. Students do have to travel, so they do have to have their own transportation, which is one of the things that is reason why we limit that to juniors and seniors, because typically our juniors and seniors are the ones that can provide their own transportation. So, but they are really good opportunities for students to be able to get some of those experiences.
Great. Thank you for making that point about transportation and also mentioning your website. So are there academies that you anticipate adding in the future to align with career trends in society?
Well, one that I do want to highlight for just a minute is our Health Science Academy at Monroe High School. That is really new this year, but of course COVID-19 and all that has made things a little bit challenging. But we are based with our partnership with Atrium, which is a very strong partnership, and really appreciate all the time and effort they've spent helping make this program grow. But that program is aligning our CTE programs, again, with the community college as well as the needs of local industry. And our goal is to have students to come through that program who are interested in some form of the medical industry, maybe nursing, maybe doctor, could be working in the technical side, working with the equipment, facilities, things like that. So there's a vast array in there, but that is one that we're really hoping will take off and get on the ground. People from anywhere in Union County, again, can apply to come to that as well. So that one is one. One other one that we've looked at a little bit, we had a carpentry program. That is one that due to retirement, we lost our instructor, and we would at some point like to bring that back a huge need in Union County right now. So I guess we're looking at an additional, that may be one that we would look at.
Great. And can I just clarify, you said that anyone in Union County can apply and go to the Monroe High School Health Sciences program?
Yeah. Yes, just like any of our other academies, they can apply. In fact, for those programs right now, what they have to do is apply for that school. They have to basically go through Scribbles, and they have to apply to come to Monroe High School to be a part of that program. And it is a comprehensive program that goes for 4 years. So that would be what my suggestion would be there. If you have questions about that one, you can definitely reach out to Shannon Batcher, who's the principal over there, and she can give you more information about that as well.
So it'd be this year's 8th graders applying.
Correct. So it's a cohort-based academy there.
Okay. So what do you might have touched on this a little bit, especially in terms of the medical academy, but are there other hot careers you can anticipate seeing in the next 5 or 10 years? And of course, for all of us, it's hard to plan for the next week with the coronavirus happening, but can you foresee what's down the road?
Well, healthcare, according to the statistics, healthcare is definitely a growing field, and we know that. That's part of the reason why we wanted to push for the Health Science Academy at Monroe High School and that partnership with Atrium. So we do know that there's going to be huge needs there. Construction trades and equipment operators are really big needs in our area with the growth that we have. We get industry partners that reach out to us all the time talking about the age of their employees getting to retirement age and not having qualified people to fill those jobs when they leave. So there is a huge challenge there with construction trades. So definitely highlighting all those opportunities there is really an important part for us. You still see a lot of needs in the area for software developers, engineering, things like that. Those are still there. So there's definitely plenty of opportunities for our students. We're just very fortunate in our area because there's so many opportunities for students to go to work in our local Charlotte region. So we're definitely in tune with that, looking at that, and getting feedback from our industry partners on the need as we go forward.
Right. Keep these great UCPS alums in the county, in the area.
Yes.
What are some ways you already engage the business community? And if there are business people watching now, are there ways that they could volunteer or be a part of what you're doing?
So we work really closely with our Job Ready partnership, which is our industry partnership, which provides guidance for us and gives feedback for what CTE is looking to do and helps us make plans for our goals and set goals, what we want to do. We meet 2 or 3 times a year with them. That's an opportunity that people can get involved. We also work with our local chamber and our workforce development task force. They've been very instrumental in providing guest speakers to our middle schools through the Speakers Bureau over the past year. And that's something that we're hoping we can continue even through the COVID-19. Manufacturing Awareness Week is going on this week, which is really important for us. We have about 15 guest speakers who are speaking to almost 30 classes this week. So that's another opportunity that people have been, or industry's been able to get involved with us. We have advisory committees. We're always looking for people who are willing to participate in a construction advisory committee or an automotive service advisory committee. We need those advisory panels because without those advisory panels, we can't offer the NCCR credentials for construction or ASE credentials for automotive service. So, we have plenty of opportunities. Also would like to say that we also have internships. So if someone is interested in an internship, they can definitely reach out to us. I've got 2 outstanding work-based learning coordinators who are always looking to meet them, partner with them, and try to find students who might be interested in coming and spending some time with them. So there are multiple opportunities for industry to get involved and stay in tune with what we're doing. Of course, internships have been somewhat challenging this semester, but we're very heavily loaded for second semester. So there is a need for an additional industry that would like to participate.
Absolutely, and I'll give a plug for that program. I've had probably 5 or 6 CTE interns, and they've all been fabulous. So
yes, we appreciate your support on that too.
I'm very pleased. I'm going to keep
Yes.
doing it until I get one from every single high school. I think
There
I've
you
got
go.
5 or 6 different high schools so far. So I'll ask a question about, the past and the future. How have you seen public ed change over the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years? And what's your trajectory for the future?
Well, I think for me, I think there's more of a focus on career planning than there was in the past. I think back to when I graduated high school just a few years ago now. Um, I really didn't have a lot of input on what I was going to do. And now with um, our career development coordinators or CDCs working with our students with the things like Major Clarity, which we have out there now as a career planning software, with the new pathways that we're working students through so that they're really focusing on what their interests are. I think it's helping our students be better informed about what career opportunities are out there versus using college as a career exploration tool. It's nice for when a student chooses to go to college or go to work that they have an idea of what they're needing to do to be able to get to the career that they want to do. As far as trajectory for future, definitely continually supporting our teachers. That's really, really important for us right now, especially through the environment that we're in now. We want to make sure that our teachers know that if they need resources, we're able to provide those. We're going to continue the rollout of Major Clarity to allow students the opportunity to explore careers that way, and make plans so they can begin using that tool as something that they can use even after they graduate high school, because they will be able to access anything they put in there after graduation with a personal email. So that's a really nice feature of that service. And also just continuing to work with our industry partners and leaders and just develop those aligned programs with our community colleges.
So tell a parent watching, how can they access that Major Clarity website or service?
So all students 6 through 12 do have access now. And they can go through Clever and access it through the single sign-on with Clever like they do many of their other apps. And they should be able to log on. They can go in and take a real short career assessment right away. And they can go in and begin exploring careers. And we're going to be rolling out some lesson plans that teachers can use to integrate this into some of their CTE instruction to allow them to explore careers that way as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for your time today. I know you're busy and appreciate all that you're doing to get Union County Public School students ready for the next phase of their lives. So thanks to our business sponsors for making this event possible, and for all of the viewers for participating in the Public Ed Summit. Your involvement is helping to support students and encourage educators. Thanks for watching and have a great day.